Alright, 6th graders, today we're looking at adding and subtracting mixed numbers. By the end of this lesson, you want to be able to accurately add and subtract mixed numbers. So my husband and I decided to buy pizzas for Josh's birthday party. After everyone left, we had 1 3/4 cheese pizza left over and 2 1/2 pepperoni pizzas left over. How much pizza did we have left over from the party? So if you're going to think about this visually, we had 1 3/4 of cheese pizza, and then we had 2 1/2 pepperoni pizzas. All together, if you look, we have 1 whole, 2 whole, 3 whole pizzas. And then here, if you look at what we were doing before, if we have 3/4, so if I cut that up, 1/2 is really the same as 2/4. So I could take 1/4 here and put it here, so that would give me 1 more whole, and then 1/4 left over. So we would have 3 plus 1, which would be 4, and 1/4. If we did that without the pictures, it's taking 1 3/4 plus 2 1/2, but remember, in order to add we have to have a common denominator, so in this case it would be 4. So 3/4 plus 2/4 would be 5/4, which is the same as 1 1/4, which we would have to add. 1 plus 2 is 3, so we'd have 3 plus 1 1/4, or 4 1/4 still. So basically, to add or subtract mixed numbers, we want to add or subtract the fractions, and then you're going to add or subtract the whole numbers, and then simplify if necessary. So you go ahead and pause the video and try these two on your own and see what you come up with. Now I personally like to write mine vertically, so I have 5 1/4, 3 1/8. Their common denominator is going to be 8. So this would be times 2 times 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3/8. 5 plus 3 is 8. 3/8 can't be reduced, so it would be 8 3/8. I have 4 1/2 and I have 1 1/3. Their common denominator would be 6. 3 times 2, 1 times 2. 2 times 3, 1 times 3. This one we're subtracting. 3 minus 2 is 1, so we end up with 1/6. 4 minus 1 is 3. Our final answer would be 3 1/6. The NBA basketball court is 94 feet long. The Olympic basketball court is 91 5/6 feet long. How much longer is the NBA court than the Olympic court? So I want to know how much longer. So why don't you go ahead and pause the video, try this one on your own, and then see how you do. On this one, I would do 94 minus 91 5/6 because we're trying to find the difference. A couple different ways that you can think about this. I could just do 94 minus 91, and I would get 3. However, we still have an additional 5/6 that we have to do. So I could do 3 minus 5/6, except for we have a whole and a fraction. Well, 3 is really the same thing, if you remember back to rounding, as 2 6/6, because 6/6 is equal to a whole, plus 2 would be 3. So if I do 2 6/6, I can subtract 5/6, and I would get 1/6 with the 2 left over. So the difference is 2 1/6, so the NBA court is 2 1/6 feet longer. If I'm training for a race, and on Monday I ran 10 1/5 miles, and on Wednesday I ran 9 3/4, how many miles did I run altogether? Altogether implies that we add. So we have 10 1/5 plus 9 3/4. Their common denominator would be 20. So times 4, so it would be 4/20, times 5, so this would be 15/20. 4/20 plus 15 would be 19/20. And then we'd have 10 plus 9, which would be 19. So I would have 19 and 19/20 miles, which would be almost 20 miles that I ran altogether.